Hi, I'm Peter Rychlik, and this is my assignment on the link between obesity and exercise. What role, if any, that exercise plays in the fight against obesity. Let's begin. So, historical and conventional wisdom. He works out with his hands all day, and he still finds time to go to the gym. No wonder he's so fit. Or I need to lose 15 pounds. You know what? I'm just gonna go get some shoes and start running every morning. Or the gym and dieting. What about it? I don't need any of that. That's for people who work at office jobs. That's a lot of the conventional talk that we hear around exercise and obesity, that kind of stuff. And conventional wisdom today, we feel that physically active people burn more calories than not physically active people. So it would make sense that physically active people have to eat more food than not physically active people in order to stay in shape, in order to maintain their body and their processes. I mean, energy in, energy out, right? Like if it takes calories to create motion and exercise and any sort of physical activity, in fact, it takes calories to do anything in your body, it would stand to reason that you should consume more calories in order to continue maintaining your body and continue progressing any sort of fitness goals that you have as well, if you're engaged in athletics or any other physical, heavy, demanding activity. However, have you ever been in this situation where you're thinking, you know what? This is the year I do it. This is it. This is the year I finally lose weight and I go buy that snappy gym membership, that new 24-hour gym across the street, and I'm gonna work out 4 days a week, an hour a day. I'm gonna get a personal trainer. We're gonna do this. And then a month goes by. You may have lost a pound. 2 months go by. Scale hasn't shifted. 3 months go by. You stop going to the gym. A little bit discouraged, you haven't lost any weight, you've spent a lot more money, and you're just really sore. Yep, absolutely. And you're wondering, what's going on? I'm doing everything right. I'm getting a trainer. I'm going 4 days a week. I must not be working hard enough. So then you go 5 days a week. Maybe you go 6 days a week. Maybe you start running and stuff like that too. But your body has just hit a wall. It is not budging. The scale will not move, no matter how hard you work. And this is a very, very true situation for many people. So what's going on here? If we all believe that physical activity is a cornerstone for the fight against obesity, why is it that somebody who is engaging in a lot of physical activity and has changed a lot of their physical habits is still not able to change their body? What gives? What role is exercise actually playing within our bodies? In fact, this has been a struggle that's been going on for a very, very long time. In my paper about the same topic between the link with obesity and exercise, I cite an example from King Edward's court. He had an alderman that he described as a fat sportsman, someone who exercised very vigorously in the morning and rewarded himself with rich foods, copious amounts of alcohol, and midday naps in the afternoon. And that alderman went from 210 pounds, or 15 stone, all the way up to 266 pounds, or 19 stone, in a matter of months. And he was no longer fit for service. He couldn't find a horse to carry him. Yet he exercised very vigorously. And no one really understood what was going on here. Doctors at the time thought maybe he was drinking too much alcohol, too much beer might have been the culprit, that kind of thing. So what gives? We hear all about the numerous health benefits to engaging in healthy exercise and physical activity. We hear constantly from physicians that 30 minutes a day, 3 days a week is enough to maintain a healthy body weight. That kind of stuff is all around us. That information is widely available. So why was the alderman still gaining weight? And why wasn't I able to lose any weight going to the gym 4 days a week with a personal trainer? What good is exercise anyway? In comes a researcher by the name of Dr. Herman Poncer. from the City State University in New York State. He hails from New York and has flown all the way to Tanzania to answer this question. He's studying the Hadza peoples, a nation of tribal hunter-gatherers that live without any modern conveniences. No TVs, no refrigerators, no couches, nothing of the sort. The men spend their day running around tracking prey and hunting and engaging in very heavy physical activity that way and a lot of cardio activity. The women spend their day foraging for food, digging for tubers, and cleaning around the camp and anything else that needs to be done. So Dr. Herman Pontzer's hypothesis is if you can track and measure the energy expenditure of the average Hadza person and compare it to the average North American or European couch potato, he feels that his results would be wildly different, that the Hadza people in fact are using hundreds, if not thousands, of calories more than the average sedentary person. What he found was actually quite the contrary. So what Herman Pontzer discovered is that the Hadza people use on average only 200 more calories than the average North American or European couch potato. 200 calories is a very minuscule amount for the enormous amount of energy expenditure that the hunters would be displaying on a day-to-day basis. So this led Herman to think, he's like, if Europeans or anyone else uses the same amount of calories, whether you're running around or you're just sitting around, then humans must have evolved a fixed metabolic rate or a fixed metabolic cap for all of their processes for the human body. So that means supplying the brain with energy, any other systems such as the immune system, endocrine system, things like that, and any other tertiary functions that the body may need, and also physical exertion. We have only so much energy to consume every single day. That's it. So, what this means for exercise. Does this mean, every gym is wrong? Does this mean every trainer is wrong? Does this mean every physician is wrong in telling you to go exercise and telling you to take better healthy habits, take better care of yourself, stop sitting around so much, go for walks, go out dancing, engage with the family that way, take up a sport? Are they completely wrong in suggesting this? Is everyone off base? Have we been lied to all these years? Not at all. So what this actually means is that if we have a fixed metabolic rate, that means we have a calorie budget for absolutely everything in the human body. And if we exercise, which takes up calories, which takes up room in that budget, and in fact, very significant room in that budget, say a very heavy weightlifting session can burn 800 to 1,000 calories. We shorten that budget that the body has to do everything it needs to do that day by, anywhere between 25 to 40%, maybe even greater. And so the body is simply robbed of the opportunity to generate negative health processes, such as inflammation, such as the generation and storage of new fat cells, such as, increased cholesterol as well too, especially the low density lipids found in cholesterol to be responsible for high bad cholesterol as well, and the arterial stiffening of the walls. So with that being said, this proves that even a small high intensity burst of exercise per day, say 15 minutes, 20 minutes, it doesn't even matter so long as the calorie expenditure is intense enough to generate this effect, will be sufficient to keep the body in a healthy state, to keep it from generating inflammation, to keep it from generating unhealthy processes, and so that obesity is truly more a problem of gluttony and less a problem of sloth.
Coming up in 10 minutes.
Yeah. So this research proves that it absolutely does matter to count how many calories you have in a day, energy in versus energy out, and it's vitally important to monitor how much food we consume and what that food is made up of in order to ward off obesity. But what it does prove that even a little bit of high intensity exercise per day can mean the difference between a healthy lifestyle and a not healthy lifestyle, so long as the diet and the food is taken care of, as long as that is being monitored. So in conclusion, both diet and exercise play enormous parts in the fight against obesity, and neither is more important than the other. Both work together in order to ensure optimum success. Thank you so much for listening. Take care. Yeah, buddy! Okay.